How's it going, everyone? This is Crowsville again, and in this video today, what we're going to pretty much try to do here is show the benefits of the Razer Onza in comparison to the standard Xbox controller on Gears of War. So in front of me here, I have a couple of items here, one of them being my primary controller, the Razer Onza with a custom guide button, lollipop chainsaw. You guys are probably wondering how the hell I got that, and I'm gonna post a link in the video of how you guys can get hands on custom guide buttons. There's a guy who does a really good job at them, and I guess in order for you to install them, I'm gonna have to do another video that shows how to take apart controllers and smack on that guide button, which I will do. Anyway, this is my primary controller, and this is the Razer Onza Tournament Edition. Now let's go into some details on the differences between the Razer Onza and the standard controller. Razer Onza has, for the Xbox and PC, the Tournament Edition and the Standard Edition. The Standard Edition, which is this one right here, has regular analog sticks. These cannot be adjusted, the tensions. They can't, when you adjust the tensions, the more you go to the right, they become kind of harder to maneuver. And the more you go to the left, it's pretty much like the standard Xbox analog stick. Now, for Gears of War, which is what these videos are primarily for, there's really no advantages to making them tighter. You need you have to have the ability to switch these analog sticks as fast as possible, especially if you're wall bouncing. And for this reason, the whole tension gig, I feel that's the primary reason that these Razer Onza seem to go bad. When people change the tensions very high, I guess it increases the wear on them. And for this one, the Tournament Edition, that seems to be what had happened. And the Standard Edition, it seems to last a lot longer for this reason. So my recommendation for you, if you do decide to go pick up the Razer Onza, do not adjust the tensions if you get the Tournament Edition. If you get the Standard Edition, you don't have to worry about that. Now, let's talk about the standard Xbox controller. For the standard Xbox controller, you guys already know the gig to it, and I'm going to tell you some of the cons that come with it. When you play with the standard Xbox controller, what seems to happen is when your hands get sweaty, it becomes very slippery. The buttons, the analog, and the controller itself, it just feels, there's a very bad feel to it. They sell a couple of products to fix this problem. For example, we have Squid Grips out there, which seems to be a new company, and you could slip them on right here. I don't have them, so I can't, pretty much tell you the benefits of them. But the idea is to pretty much alleviate this. Your sweaty palms would sit on the Squid Grips, and you would have a better grip on your controller. They also sell on eBay something for like $3, and you could pretty much put a silicone case on it, which is similar to the Razer Onza, but these things kind of don't feel as flush as, a controller that has this built into it, and that's where the Razer Onza comes on top. The Tournament Edition has the silicone grip attached to it, while the Standard Edition does not. I have had 3 Razer Onzas in my time, 2 being Tournament Editions, 1 being a Standard Edition, and what I simply did is I took the broken Tournament Edition's case and I put it on the Standard Edition, which is what I have here. The reason I don't use this is because the microphone jack is broken and the remappable button's broken, and there's nothing I can do to that. But for the one that I'm using now, it's just a flat-out Tournament Edition. As you can see on this one, it has the Control Freak grips that I mentioned in my first video. And there's a way to go about doing that. First of all, you need some sandpaper. And this here is the broken case of the broken motherboard of the one that I took the case of and put on the Standard Edition. To put the Control Freaks on them, you're gonna have to sand down the analog sticks for it to fit, and that seems like a hassle to a person that doesn't want to get into this. And that's why I also have here in front of me the same case that I brought up in my first video, which is a bunch of the grips that just come either in Gamestop or eBay. So just to give you guys a quick rundown of what you can do to fix the crummy analog stick design on the Razer Onza is the following. This is a grip bit here. Grip bit attachments, they're pretty decent. They cost about $6 at GameStop, something like that. And to be honest with you, the things do their job for the price that you're paying, but I'm still a bigger fan of Control Freaks. These, unlike the Control Freaks, you don't have to do any modifications. They can slip right on, but you're going to have to take the rubber out on the top of the Razer Onza, and trust me, you're not losing much at all. These things, they from the box opening them, they're not very good at all. So, I mean, pulling these things off, it's not going to hurt you any. So again, these already had their rubbers peeled off, so this is kind of how the grip it fits on it, nice and flush. I don't have to do any sanding, nothing like, no type of modification like I did on my standard controller. This is another grip that I got on eBay, which I will also put the link up on and show you how these things slip right on the Razer Onza, and again, require no modification. The only thing is, with these grips, they feel as if they're going to come off when you start wall bouncing, you know, very quickly. And for that reason, again, that's why I stuck with the Control Freaks. In general, the Razer Onza is, in my opinion, a lot better of the controller because, again, as you probably seen in the other videos, they have the clickable designs instead of the mushy Xbox controller buttons. And when it comes to a game like Gears of War, you need that. If you want to melee somebody, you want to guarantee that melee hit. If you want to wall bounce, jump over cover, you want to guarantee that when you're pressing that button, it's landing. And that's where this controller comes on top. However, the defects that come with this controller are what makes it a bit iffy. And there's a couple of products out there, like the new Scuff controller. And what it pretty much does is the remappable buttons are back here, and it's on pretty a wired standard Xbox controller. And for those of you who don't want to adapt to a new design of a controller, that may be a better option for you. But again, the Scuff controller doesn't have the rubberized design that would catch your sweat like the Razer Onza does. And in my opinion, this would be the better pick for you guys. I mean, I'm probably going to have to post a couple videos because, again, I have taken apart the Razer Onza and I have fixed a couple of defects that came with them because I bought some used on eBay, and then I bought a couple that were new as well. And if you guys have one that, you know, needs some work on it, maybe a trigger's a little bit broken, first of all, you're going to need a donor controller. And if, you know, I amass enough views and a lot of people put the request out there, I would start to teach you guys how to fix these problems that come with the Razer Onza. But it's pretty much a luck of a draw. It's either you're going to get one that is going to give you defects, or you're going to get one that's going to last you. And this has lasted me, I think I had it for about 2 months now. Not a single problem has came from it. So, again, there's a lot of bad things that people say about it, but it pretty much comes down to luck of the draw. And again, I really feel like these people are tightening these analog sticks because I hear a lot of people getting problems where the characters are drifting from one side to another. And if you just leave the tensions loose or you get yourself a standard edition, I'm more than certain this problem will be alleviated. So that is my review on the Razer Onza on Gears of War. A very good controller, a nice alternative, especially for people with big hands like me. And leave comments, questions, and I'll be more than happy to pose them. Thank you.